Decently quiet night, not that much really to worry about. It is Wednesday, peak of the week, and so far looking again at some decently quiet conditions for tonight. More potential of some showers and thunderstorms, less of a chance of anything involving severe weather, so definitely some good news where that is concerned. But again, into the next couple of days, we'll be showing the potential for some more problems heading our direction in the form of maybe some showers by about this time next week, and that should just about do it for our chances of rain. We're also pretty much out of the woods where it comes to uh, anything involving frost. So if you have any plans for outdoors in and around this area, you should be okay. If you're just tuning in and have never tuned in here before, this is News 12 WDEF TV from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick, giving you the update on the forecast for southeast Tennessee, northwest Georgia, northeastern Alabama, and extreme western areas of North Carolina. We'll show you the maps coming up here in just a little bit. We are live on Twitch and News 12's YouTube station channel, and giving you updates as to what is going on in regards to the forecast. So through the rest of the next couple of days, we do have some possibilities of some showers and a few thunderstorms, but so far nothing to show in the way of very problematic conditions out there for the next couple of days. Only managed to pick up about 0.12 of an inch of rain in this area for the last about 18 to 20 hours. We're still behind for the month and for the year, so we could definitely use a little bit more rainfall out there. And high temperatures and low temperatures, we're just about where we should be on the high. A little bit above normal on the low temperatures for today. Record low that hasn't been broken since 1985, and a record high that was broken 10 years after that of 91 degrees. So we have picked up a decent amount of some pretty interesting conditions out there for the possibility of anything involving rain or temperatures across the area. Again, for tonight, should be seeing some very quiet conditions. I wish we could do something to get rid of all this pollen in the air because my eyes and nose are paying the price. Since it was a little bit on the gray side today, I want to thank Gerald Barnes from Stevenson, Alabama, for a beautiful blue sky view of his visit to the Chattanooga and Chickamauga National Military Park. Beautiful skies there, blue skies amongst the trees and the monuments. So thank you very much, Mr. Barnes of Stevenson, Alabama. If you've got pictures, we'd love to see what you're looking at. Go ahead and send them in to us. There are several different ways to do this. Any way that you're able to do so, again, drop the comments to our Facebook, X, or Instagram pages. Put your picture and a location, if at all possible, and or a description about where you were and what you saw. You can email them to us at pictures@wdef.com, or you can go to our brand new section of our website, wdef.com/photos, if you'd like to see a little bit more about what's going on there. And yours could be the next Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. We don't have a lot left over in the form of showers. We do have, again, a few speckles of rain showers over portions of the area well back over to the east of us. And some of that was, and let me just double check this real quick, looks like a special weather statement was issued for portions of the News 12 viewing area. Don't think that's going to be in effect at this point in time. Let me just double check and see what the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, Georgia was looking at. We do have, again, the potential for, it looks like, gusty winds possible. That's portions of what the special weather statement was back to the north of that. We do have, again, the potential of some more showers. Looks like that special weather statement has just clicked off and there's no other sign of anything going on. So all we have right now is just the potential of rain and a few thunderstorms, and the rain chances, again, mainly going east of the area. A few leftover sprinkles around I-75 around Dalton. Much of what you see here, again, is just moisture, dust, birds, all sorts of stuff like that in and around the area, not filtered out. So we've taken the reflectivity up about a notch so we can take a look and see what we're looking at in the form of very light rainfall. So we're catching a ton of reflectivity echoes here, but this is not rainfall. Some of it could be a little bit of rainfall, but doubt we're really looking at too much of anything going on there. We do have some drier weather on the way in the next couple of days. What we're seeing is, again, this system, this swirl of low pressure making its way across the Mississippi River. Those right there were some pretty powerful thunderstorms earlier today, and now south of Atlanta down toward the Gulf of Mexico, moving back to the east, and more showers wrapping around that area of low pressure back to the west of us. That is giving us, again, the possibility of some showers, not looking at a lot of activity. There could be some thunderstorms in there. We're just not seeing, again, a lot of major amounts of problems with this. So good news for the most part on that. We're looking at very good conditions into the course of the next couple of days afterwards, toward about the early portions of next week. And if you have any plans for outdoors, you should be okay into next week, and that includes tax day. So we'll talk more about what we're expecting there in just a little bit. So if you have plans for outdoors, go ahead and keep them for next week. In the next about 48 hours, I would go ahead and make some indoor plans if at all possible, because as of right now, it looks, again, for the potential of some problems for anything outdoors, and that includes, again, the possibility of anything involving outdoor activities. So please keep that in mind for right now. What we've got is the potential for the best possibility of rain showers coming up. Excuse me just one second. I want to double check that we're getting everything working, and it looks like we are. Just wanted to check our YouTube channel for just a minute to make certain that we were on air live with that. It looks like we had a connection issue of some problem there. All right, so moving on, let's take a look outside on the cameras and see what we've got happening at this point. Temperatures not bad, a little bit of a breeze from Island Cove Marina and Resort, so not doing too totally terrible there. Going to be seeing those waves continue out there. Tennessee 58 traffic moving along pretty well. Lookout Mountain, you can see more of it tonight from the News 12 Patriot Concrete camera. Little breezy winds blowing the flags around in front of the International Towing Museum, and seeing a lot more of the crest of the mountain tonight than what we saw last night. So a little bit less in the way of cloud cover, but we're not quite done with the clouds and the rainfall. Broken clouds back toward the south of 153 and 64, looking off to the south and west, and continuing to see the potential of some more in the way of cloud cover for tonight, and the chances of rainfall as well. Taking a look around the area of Tomahawk Crane and Rigging camera, around the area of 75 and 24. Last night, some very heavy travel. Right now, this evening, not seeing that much of a concern for the time being. Good news for tonight from downtown on the Bailey's Heating and Air camera. The friendly confines of AT&T Field, seeing again the game underway. There were some scattered showers out there earlier tonight, but for right now, the game went on as scheduled, and trying to see how things are going. Where we are. I know that we were in close to when I got back to work, we were in the 7th inning stretch. So as of right now, doesn't seem. Let me see if I can find out more. Okay, we are in the top of the 9th, 8-3. Smokies leading Chattanooga. They could use some help right about now because the Lookouts are 0 for 3. We could really use some help on that, it looks like, these days. So top of the 9th. 0 outs, again, 8-3. Rick Nyman will have more on sports coming up later on tonight on News 12 at 11. 68 degrees. Temperatures have been pretty stable in the last several hours and probably should remain that way until very early tomorrow morning when we see a bit of a dip in the temperatures coming up. What we have is our area of low pressure sitting across areas just west of us. The winds coming up from the south and east and bringing that moisture up here with it. But this is a fairly intense area of low pressure. Doesn't look like a major severe weather situation shaping up, but it is something we are going to have to watch as the system makes its way over to the east, mixing in all that moisture. So we're not quite done with the chances of rainfall. Once this gets a little closer to us, we'll see more chances of rain coming our way, and that could be giving us the potential of some problems for not only back to school tomorrow morning, coming home from school, could be some showers and thunderstorms coming up, and also for areas on the roadway into tomorrow. It looks like Thursday is actually going to wind up being pretty soggy with the best possibility of thunderstorms as this system tracks through the area early tomorrow morning. Again, severe weather, we'll take a look at that coming up in just a little bit, but for right now, that's going to be about the best that we've got. Now, past this is where things really start to look pretty good into the weekend, where we see that potential of not much in the way of rainfall coming on through for the western half of the United States and the North American continent, all the way back into the Pacific. High pressure is very much in control. We've got one weak system, not exactly an atmospheric river, but high pressure goes all the way out to south of the Gulf of Alaska and all the way out into north of Hawaii. There's precious little, if anything, really going on at this time. So that means that if these areas of high pressure, these domes of high pressure continue on their way, we've got several days worth of very nice weather coming through. And with that extra sunshine, it should be pretty warm as well. So would not be surprised to see the potential of some more activity coming through later on next week, maybe. But for right now, we've got some very good days with some very good amounts of weather coming up. So good news there for outdoor activities all the way on through. All right, let's take a look at what's going on for tonight. Again, by tomorrow morning, that area of low pressure lifts up. More chances of showers and thunderstorms developing into tomorrow morning. Less so for tomorrow afternoon, but still a good swath of rain into and around the area. And temperatures decently on the mild side, maybe a little cooler with the rain and the clouds blocking out some of that sunshine out there. For Friday morning, remnants of showers all the way back to the east of us, and then everything else basically heads away from us. So by Friday afternoon, a few clouds, and that's going to be about it. So we should be getting rid of most of those showers out there. Starting the weekend, a bit brisk, lower 40s possible there, and into the rest of the forecast for the weekend. Looks pretty good for Saturday, and then also for early Sunday morning. The computer starts to throw in some showers around West Tennessee. I don't have a lot of confidence there, as high pressure is going to be well in control toward Sunday afternoon. So if you have outdoor plans, I think the weekend is going to be looking spectacular and not a problem, again, for anything outdoors. Now, past that, we're coming up on the tax deadline. That is where we could see some problems out there for the potential of anything involving weather. Island Cove Marina and Resort, again, a nice night on Lake Chickamauga, but not seeing any major concerns for right now. Here's the way it looks through the weekend. Best potential of anything involving rainfall should be tomorrow, and again toward next week, Wednesday. So that is the best possibility of rain we've got. It will be cooling off with those clouds and the rainfall coming up Thursday, and the cooler air wrapping around the backside of that system on Friday. It looks like that's the cooler, drier weather that we've been expecting. But notice that temperature bounce in the next couple of days. We should be getting into the possibility of some very dry, very stable, and very comfortable air. Normal for this time of the year is about what we're looking at tomorrow, back in the lower 70s. And then we get cooler and then warmer, and we stay above normal from the weekend into next week. Tax day, about the only thing you'll have to worry about there is talking to your accountant and not forgetting to carry the 2 on column 12A, whatever that may be. Again, the best thing you have to worry about on tax day will be your taxes. There's nothing to worry about with weather, and I have seen some pretty stormy April the 15th before. After that, next chance of rain about a week away at best. and that'll be just chances of showers for right now, and that'll be about all that we wind up with. Should be pretty calm and quiet on the temperatures too. We are right in this last part of March into this early part of April. That is basically the last potential period of frost that we should see until, give or take, about October or November, somewhere in there. So that's looking excellent. If you have any plants for outdoors, you should be able to bring them outdoors and leave them out there. Keep it tuned to News 12. If anything changes on that, on the forecast temperatures, we'll let you know into the next several days. Now, taking a specific look at the potential for severe weather, yes, there is still the potential of severe weather, kind of, sort of, into tomorrow. There was a moderate threat of severe weather, and again, we're talking about a very good chance earlier on today around the Arklatex area and the Delta. Over the day, that threat moved east and diminished, so now all we have left over, this pale green polygon, indicates the potential of seeing the possibility of just generic, non-severe thunderstorms. So that goes from the Great Lakes down to the Gulf Coast. So we've got a ton of moisture-rich, unstable air. We also have no threat of severe weather, at least for tonight. Now we take that forward into tomorrow, Thursday, and keep in mind that what you're looking at here from the Storm Prediction Center is several hours old. This is, by all accounts and by time-wise, day 2 forecasts get issued twice a day. This was last issued at about 11, 12, 1 o'clock Eastern time. So this is a good 12 to about technically 16 hours old with the forecast. So earlier on, we are seeing the potential for right now, according to the latest forecast, which again is pretty ancient, a possibility of a marginal threat of severe weather in the eastern parts of the News 12 viewing area east of Chattanooga. And then the best chance, an enhanced risk, back up toward West Virginia, Ohio, and extreme northeastern Kentucky in that orange polygon there. That's early tomorrow morning. I'm just betting at this point that unless something has radically changed and the forecast includes, I don't really think we're going to be seeing much of a chance of severe weather. Now, I could be totally wrong, but for right now, hopefully everything peels out of the picture. In the meantime, east of Chattanooga, I'd keep an eye on this from roughly the I-40 corridor back to western North Carolina and extreme northeastern Georgia. That dark green polygon, that is where we might see the potential of some severe weather early tomorrow morning, and then that threat begins to move away from us. After that, there may be, and again, this is a very old forecast here, maybe a thunderstorm early Friday morning, very early Friday morning, and then all that is basically done with, and we get into that very dry period coming up into the course of the next several days afterwards. So far, I think we're doing okay on all of that for now. So it doesn't really seem to be too much of an issue there. So definitely some good news on that. All right. Thanking our sponsor, Friend in Roofing, for being our sponsor on this. And the question for today, and there's a bit of a backstory as to why I chose this particular question from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. A long time ago, I was back in my last stomping grounds back into the Mid-South area. I did information about this, about air pollution. I was talking about coal dust from coal plants in China that was thick enough to be detected by air pollution study satellites. And we noticed that back in the 2010s that a lot of that coal dust was making its way from China to the United States. Well, I got lectured by several people who told me, you don't know what you're talking about. You must not be a real meteorologist. We all know that pollution from other countries or other stuff from other countries, dust, forest fire, soot, things like that, we all know that stops at international boundaries. And still trying to figure that one out is kind of like I really want to ask anybody who believes in a flat Earth if they actually believe in a flat sun, too. It just really boggles the mind on that to say, okay, yes, pollution actually stops at an imaginary, non-physical boundary that we draw on our maps. It really just boggles my mind that people actually think that. So, talking about air pollution and what we can do to reduce it, that's our poll question of the day, sponsored by friendinroofing.com. How far from air pollution, a point source, can air pollution travel? 5 square miles to the next state or region, most of the hemisphere, or the bulk of the votes, 62% around the world. And 62% of you were correct on that. If you'd like to vote in our next poll, that'll be going up at midnight. Go to WDEF.com/vote now, or you can use the QR code at the bottom of the screen. And again, thanks to friendinroofing.com for being our poll question sponsor of the day. We do appreciate that. And thanks to everybody else for checking in on our website and casting your ballot. Thanks to everybody for the pictures, and also again for checking in on our Weather Overtime video blog. Nice to have you along for everything. It's nice to have all of our sponsors and our viewers on here to keep you updated as to what's going on. There is the possibility, and I'm just going to throw this up here for just a second to take a look. There was no dense fog advisory so far as I know overnight. There is the possibility that we could see very early tomorrow morning, right about drive time. It looks like we're getting into some pretty thick conditions out there, maybe visibility down below about a half a mile. So please use caution, and of course don't forget that Chip Chapman will have more on your forecast coming up bright and early tomorrow morning, so keep it tuned to News 12 at 5 a.m. Eastern, and we'll keep you advised on what is going on there. That should pretty well do it for tonight. Again, things are decently quiet, and hopefully they stay that way, but for right now, this is going to be where we sign off for the evening. We've been on for about 20 minutes, so it's a pretty good show for right now. Thanks to all the new folks for signing up on Twitch. Nice to have you along for the ride. And thanks to all of our new viewers on YouTube checking in on the channel to see what's going on there. We'll have more coming up. Again, if you can't make the forecast on News 12, or you'd like to watch our latest newscast, you can do that by going to our website, bottom portion of both screens on Twitch and YouTube, WDEF.com, and you can find out more. Watch this replay, available whenever you want to at WDEF.com/weather, and I'm on all these social media channels, so please stop by and see what we've got posted there. Still trying to get back on Facebook. They won't accept any of my identification, so my Facebook career may be over with. It's kind of hard to say for right now. But in the meantime, please feel free to drop by and check and see about whatever else we're posting out there for now. And that should do it. We'll have more coming up on News 12 at 11 tonight. And Thursday morning, bright and early, Chip Chapman will be up with his forecast again, coming up again at 5 a.m. Eastern. So please join us there. Live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, southeastern United States, North America, planet Earth, third rock from the sun. Thanks for joining us for Weather Overtime for Peak of the Week Wednesday, and we'll have more for you coming up tomorrow night on Thursday night. Everyone, let's be careful out there.